They say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but in today's world of social media, the standards of beauty are often dictated by filters, trends, and the never-ending quest for perfection. For Lana Vasquez, a rising influencer known for her flawless features and meticulously curated online presence, beauty wasn't just a goal, it was an obsession. A single procedure was supposed to be her final touch, the transformation that would make her unforgettable. But what happened inside a high-end clinic that day was something no one expected. What was meant to be a routine surgery ended in tragedy, leaving Lana lifeless on an operating table. The aftermath would uncover a web of malpractice, greed, and a doctor with a history of disturbing allegations. Was this a tragic accident? A cover-up? Or was there something far more sinister behind Lana's death? Tonight, we unravel the chilling case of the plastic surgery nightmare, a deadly transformation. Welcome to True Crime Investigator, where we bring you compelling stories of crime, mystery, and justice. Sit back, stay curious, and let's get into today's case. Lana Vasquez was living the dream, or at least that's how it seemed. At just 32, she had built a career out of her looks. With over 500,000 followers on Instagram, she was the face of countless beauty campaigns, collaborating with brands that catered to luxury skincare and high-end fashion. But behind the perfect posts and sponsored deals, Lana wasn't satisfied. Despite being naturally beautiful, she became fixated on the idea of enhancing her features. Friends recall how she would spend hours staring at edited versions of her own photos, wishing her jawline was sharper, her cheekbones more defined, her skin even more flawless. And then she found the solution. Dr. Victor Lang, a name whispered among Hollywood elites. He was a renowned plastic surgeon famous for miracle transformations. His clinic catered to models, influencers, and celebrities looking for that extra touch of perfection. But behind the glamour of his name, there were whispers of darker things. Allegations of rushed procedures, botched surgeries, and a tendency to prioritize profits over patient safety. Lana, however, ignored the warnings. She booked her appointment. Her request? A full facial reconstruction, cheek implants, a brow lift, and jawline enhancement. It was supposed to be the final glow-up for her career. She was excited. She had no idea what was coming. November 12, 2023, the day of the surgery. Lana arrived at the Langa Aesthetics Clinic at 8 a.m., smiling for security cameras as she entered the pristine, luxurious facility. She texted her best friend. "This is it, the last tweak, I'll look amazing!" What happened next would never be seen on Instagram. At 9:45 a.m., Lana was prepped for surgery. She was given anesthesia, but not the standard dose. Instead, she received a combination of drugs that had been banned in multiple countries due to dangerous side effects. The surgery was scheduled to take 3 hours. But at 11:30 a.m., something went terribly wrong. A nurse noticed that Lana's oxygen levels were dropping rapidly. Her heart rate was unstable. The surgical team called for Dr. Lang, but he wasn't there. Dr. Lang was in the VIP suite, consulting with another high-profile client, leaving Lana in the hands of his underqualified assistants. At 12:15 p.m., a 911 call was made from the clinic. The caller's voice was shaky. They claimed the patient had suffered a reaction to the anesthesia. But paramedics were not allowed inside for another 15 minutes. By the time Lana reached the hospital, it was too late. She was pronounced dead at 1:05 p.m. At first, the clinic's official statement blamed an unexpected allergic reaction to anesthesia. But when an autopsy was conducted, the truth came out. Lana had received a dangerously high dose of propofol, a sedative often used in unregulated clinics to cut costs. Her airway had collapsed due to a lack of proper intubation. Even worse, her post-surgery monitoring was non-existent. Forensics teams uncovered a disturbing fact. The clinic had altered Lana's medical records to cover up their mistake. But why? Because this wasn't the first time something like this had happened. Investigators discovered at least 3 other women who had died under Dr. Lang's care in the past 5 years. But why hadn't anyone heard about them? Because large settlements and legal loopholes had silenced their families. Dr. Lang's clinic had a pattern of lying about causes of death, altering medical records, and paying off grieving families. But Lana's case was different. She was a public figure. Her death couldn't be buried in secrecy. Lana's family and followers demanded justice. They took her case to the media. And suddenly, Dr. Victor Lang was nowhere to be found. A nationwide manhunt for Dr. Lang began. The clinic was shut down. Authorities froze his assets. A warrant was issued for medical malpractice leading to death, fraudulent medical records, and operating without proper licensing in multiple countries. But Lang vanished. Reports surfaced of him sneaking out of the country through a private jet before authorities could seize his passport. As of today, Dr. Victor Lang remains at large. Interpol has issued an international arrest warrant. But the question remains, will he ever face justice? Lana Vasquez's tragic story is a terrifying reminder of how unchecked greed and negligence in the beauty industry can cost lives. But this case raises even bigger questions. How many more victims are out there? How do we hold surgeons accountable when they operate outside the law? And most importantly, why are we still willing to risk our lives for beauty? Would you ever take the risk of getting cosmetic surgery? Or is perfection a price not worth paying? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below. And if you want to stay updated on crime cases like this, don't forget to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications. Thanks for watching. Until next time, stay aware, stay informed, and stay safe.